Hello! Welcome back to Thrash Newsroom. I'm your host, Orphan Justin, and today we're going to be looking at all the wrestling news from Thursday. We start with the Raw and SmackDown ratings. Raw was up slightly this week by 45,000 viewers. They got 2.450 last week, and they got 2.493 this week. Looking at the first hour was a bit less, the second hour was a bit more, and then the third hour was 2.2, which was up massively compared to last week, which was really good. We then have SmackDown's rating, which is dropped a lot. They went from a 2.3 down to a 2.15. So, massively down from Survivor Series. Not good thing, and the show wasn't that great, so I'm not surprised. We then move on to a nice little gesture. The Staples Center in Los Angeles has made a generous donation of $10,000 in Roman Reigns' name to Children's Health Dallas at the Big Dog's request, which is very nice. I'm glad he requested it. They did it. That's nice. That's a way to keep it going. Thank you, Roman. Thank you, Staples Center. We then have David Arquette issuing a statement regarding his death match. He went, as some of you might have seen last week, I was injured in a wrestling death match. Wanted to make sure to address the photos and videos that have surfaced of the event. This is not the type of wrestling you watch on TV. I knew it was violent and potentially bloody, but I truly did not know the extent of what I was participating in. However, I take responsibility for putting myself in that situation. For the last 6 months, I've been training and competing in indie matches around the country, as wrestling is a passion of mine. I want to state again that this is not a traditional wrestling, and I have the utmost respect for the sport. I also want to apologise to the professional wrestling world for any negative attention this might have brought forth over the weekend. I have zero plans to be involved in a match like this again. I want to thank all of my fans, friends and family for their love and support over the last few days. I'm looking forward to getting back into the ring under a much different circumstance. In the near future, however, my priority and full-time dedication will always be to acting and producing. I look forward to sharing some of my exciting new projects in 2019. With love, David Arquette. He said the main reason I got injured was due to my lack of experience. Do not try this at home. I do that a lot. But yeah, it was a deathmatch move. What the hell did you expect? We then go to Mike Johnson of PW Insider Elite, comments on Alexa Bliss's status with WWE and her possible replacing Baron Corbin as Raw general manager. The impression I got is she went through medical testing when she was in Los Angeles, and there was no clear indication that when she'd be returning to the ring. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen. There is, to the best of everyone's knowledge, that this is not a pay situation where she'll be permanently sat out. It did seem like, okay, 2 weeks you're going to be good to go, or 3 weeks you're going to be good to go. It's still very much up in the air. They're probably still testing her with some expectation backstage at Raw that where it'll come out TLC, but Alexa Bliss will probably be up the general manager of Raw, because it makes sense when you think about it, given how they changed ideas so quickly, and I don't know, they're definitely 100% the plan. I'd like to see her as general manager. We then have Mike Johnson again giving some update on Braun Strowman. He'll most likely make TLC. He is still going to be on TV in some form until he is good to go. They could still just do the match at TLC even if he's not 100% cleared. Why have him just wipe Baron Corbin's straight across the floor, and then he wouldn't need to wrestle again to Royal Rumble. So we don't know what's going to go on, but there's no point just kind of blowing this out of proportion. He will be fine. It's only a little elbow injury. And then there was a recent rumour that Chris Jericho and Jim Ross were looking to start a new wrestling promotion. In any update on that rumour, several new trademarks have been filed by the company known as All Elite Wrestling LLC. All Elite Wrestling, All Out, Double or Nothing, Tuesday Night Dynamite, AEW All Out, AEW Double or Nothing. They're all registered in Jacksonville, Florida, and the registry is Shahad Khan, the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, which is a wealthy businessman that's rumoured to be the financial backing of the promotion. So that's very interesting to note. And then Becky Lynch posted a picture of her doing a concussion test. It had like 2 cushions and a tube out of her mouth. And she just said, "This is me right now trying to get out of Dr. Jail so I can remind people exactly who I am." So yeah, come on, Becky. You can do this. Then Mixed Match Challenge has now got another couple of people replacing them. You have To Be Determined to replace Braun Strowman with Ember Moon. And Jeff Hardy is fully replacing AJ Styles with Charlotte Flair. The current records are 4 wins, no losses with Braun Strowman and Ember Moon. Bobby Lashley, Mickie James, 3 wins, 1 loss. Bobby Roode, Natalya, 4 losses. Jinder, Alicia, 1 win, 3 losses. Finn Balor, Bayley, 2-2. Jeff Hardy, Charlotte, 4. Miz, Asuka, 3-1. Uso and Naomi, 2-2. R-Truth, Carmella, 1-3. And Rusev, Lana, 0-4. So yeah, it's not looking like a bad stats for some of them. But there's your Match Challenge update. The essentially belief is that about Lars Sullivan, which is the next story, is that he will be going to SmackDown because obviously you have Braun Strowman over there and he's basically a smaller version of Braun Strowman, so he'll go over there and probably start with some smaller talent. And then indie wrestlers Eli Everfly and Keita Mori were the opponents of The Miz on SmackDown. Because Eli just said, "I just pinned Miz on SmackDown. Does that make me the best in the world? Should I be Shane McMahon's tag partner?" Well, it's nice to hire in indie wrestlers. And then there's a talk about the Usos' current position in WWE from Brad Shepard. I had an interesting conversation with a source in WWE about the Usos. As you know, I mentioned a few times that I believe that they are the greatest tag team of this generation, and so the sources have agreed with me when I questioned who the hell are the Usos pissed off. Well, they still managed to be on the kickoff show so much they have legitimately exceptional matches by today's standards. They do well, yet they always end up on most of the time on the kickoff shows, and I don't understand that one. Yeah, what have they done? Then AJ Styles' status with WWE was brought up. As AJ's deal up is in April, and traditionally, and someone deals coming up, they're not really featured in the major way in pay-per-views. Although the exception is that it's Jeff Hardy beating CM Punk a few years ago, and things of that nature. Punk against John Cena when Punk could have left. So there are exceptions to the rule. It's not a hard rule. But one would think WWE will start playing him down a little bit if they don't lock him onto a long-term deal. Those discussions are ongoing now, and we'll see what happens. And Mike Johnson is also speculating that EC3 status with WWE when he'll be called up to the main roster. Obviously, they announced Lars Sullivan. I always say EC3 is kind of the purpose of he's on the verge of an eventual call-up. I still believe that no one has told me this outright, but I'm under the impression that he has not gotten... If he had not gotten a concussion in SummerSlam weekend, he probably would have been brought up right now, SummerSlam time. Now, they've got to wait until they figure out a spot for him. That's kind of the impression I got. It's all to do with Vince and Triple H, whether Vince is ready for somebody and Triple H is ready to let them go or not. You can't rush everyone up but once. I really think the entire makeup of NXT is going to change in the upcoming year, as there's more talks of international satellite versions of the company showing up. We'll just have to wait and see. We then go to a bit more update on the Starrcade. WWE is now advertising Shinsuke Nakamura and Rey Mysterio on the upcoming Miz TV segment that will be part of the special. Braun Strowman's now been pulled from the event. So yeah, we currently got listed Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Streak Fighter for the title, Rey Mysterio, Nakamura for the title, New Day Bar for the title, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles steel cage match, Finn Balor, Drew McIntyre, Rusev with Lana vs The Miz, a concert with Ric Flair and Elias, Miz TV, and appearances by Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Dolph Ziggler, and more. It's not going to be a bad card. And then we have some John Cena dates. He has now been announced for the Boxing Day. We'll be teaming with Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. SmackDown Live event 27th. These are all December, by the way. 28th and 30th, all SmackDown Live events, and then he has now been advertised for 4th of January 2019, 5th of January, 6th of January, and 7th of January. That's apparently a taping for Raw. So yeah, that's very interesting to note. And now Dolph Ziggler is reportedly dealing with a foot injury following his Survivor Series pay-per-view. He did not compete on Raw, but the belief is the injury is not that serious and coming back in action this weekend. So yeah, get better soon, Dolph. And then Taz, former WWE star and commentator, Taz was critical about WWE's shaky camera work. He says he feels like the camera's out of fucking control and how you can't even see what's going on anymore. And Luke Harper, who's been absent from WWE television, wrote the following on Twitter. I made my WWE TV debut 6 years ago today against Mike Dalton on WWE NXT. The last 6 years have been wonderful, fulfilling, frustrating, and helped shape who I am today. The journey has just begun. My goal remains to bring the World Heavyweight Championship home. What company is he working for? They don't have a World Heavyweight Championship. They have a Universal and WWE Championship. Yes, but yeah, he's gonna. I would love to see him hold the World Championship. That would be amazing. And that is all the wrestling news. Sorry, I've missed the last couple of days, so there was a lot to cover. Yeah, as always, if you have enjoyed this newsroom, please give it a like. Please support me on Patreon. I'll link in the description below. Subscribe to see more content, and I'll catch you later. Bye.